Right, I've returned, and while I was gone, my Tamagotchi went off. There we go. Not popping, let me tell you. I don't feel anything. Crazy. It's not good to go to the hospital. I became a childie at the Mori. Oh, it's a mammy. It's fitting because Mammy's in the scene. Let's talk to her Mammy.
Iris is just sitting on a chair. I have no further commentary.
Now you're trying too hard.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Found a hint of lecherous intent, looking at Iris sitting on a chair. What's this about? What about the incident last night?
I know about the incident. I was watching the live stream of that quiz show.
Is this the mermaid? Because she's got the X-ray option.
Whoa! Mommy turned into a skeleton!
It turns out everyone's secretly a spooky, scary skeleton.
It's an X-ray.
Okay. It's Mame Joy. Her friends call her Mame. Why do I have this option?
The girl does have some nice femurs.
Okay, we get new dialogue when we do it as well. Why are there like code? You know, in the background.
I'd love to get inside those for a taste of the marrow.
It's a weird thing to say, Robert.
What is wrong with you?
Why is there like little things like this? Circuitry. Right, obviously I'm gonna keep doing it. See a Mame skeleton? You can see everyone's skeleton. Why is there a thing? Okay, I don't know why this is a feature, but okay. What's your career path going to be after graduation?
Could say I'm a part-timer. It's just me and my mom back home, so money's tight. I don't have time to go to college or a specialty school.
But Mommy is so smart! She always has the best grades, even though she doesn't go to class much.
I've been busy with my part-time job and dance practice.
Where do you work?
I work as a mermaid at a gaudy maid cafe called Sunfish Pocket.
Okay, so that's just a reference to the X-ray scene from before. Okay.
Mermaids are what they call the maids that work there.
They wear these cute mermaid outfits as they serve the customers.
Okay. I guess it's good that they brought back somebody who's like a side character who wasn't really important.
I know because I used to work at Sunfish Pocket a long time ago. Mommy works there at night after dance practice.
I'm not comfortable with the fact they hire people who are under 18 to do that, but how late do you work?
Tell anyone, but until about 11.
Even when you were 17.
Yes, ever since I was 16.
That's a violation of Article 61 of the Labor Standards Act.
I should hope so.
Though it would be the employer who would be penalized.
I lied to the manager about my age. So according to my profile, I'm 20 years old right now.
That's a bit...
Sorry, I'm sorry. Please don't arrest me. My family's poor, so I need to keep working.
How are you? Oh, whatever. About Jin.
I don't think there's anyone from our generation that doesn't know who he is.
He's just so symmetrical.
He's famous for having a sharp tongue.
And that symmetry.
He used to write a bunch of completely lame articles and critiques online. He used to start up stupid internet drama crap on Twitter, too.
Is it Elon Musk?
Mommy has a pretty sharp tongue herself.
His main job was being the CEO of Music Food. I guess that's like the president of the company?
Okay, is that a food company or a music company?
I think I read an article online that said he started the business when he was 22.
But his history before then is shrouded in mystery. And no one knows anything about his childhood, right?
Yeah, he was a pretty mysterious figure.
What's this about being swallowed into another dimension?
That QR code video. A similar video went viral about half a year ago.
The Bats 490 video. Supposedly people who saw it suddenly vanished.
That's 490. Kizuna mentioned the same thing.
Google it. Sorry, not Google. Google it.
So, They say those who went missing were taken into another dimension.
Another dimension? Do you also see Bats 490?
Yes.
So did I.
But you two haven't disappeared.
That's because we haven't decoded it.
There's a code hidden inside Bats 490.
They say the code reveals a specific location.
You have to go there to get taken into another dimension.
And the people who decrypted the code all said the same thing before vanishing.
I'll just decrypt the code!
I've learned the secret of the world.
I was close. I was pretty close.
But no one knows what that secret is.
Is it the Matrix? Are we in a program right now? You are terrifying, sir.
I told you to wait for me at the gate, didn't I?
Yeah, but I got here a bit early.
His name is Gen Ishiagane. He's the owner of the fusion restaurant Brahman in Golden Yokocho. Though, I'm sure you already know that.
Yeah, I've been there many times. But why is Gen here?
Ah, if it isn't Mr. Ryuki. Are you here to investigate that case by any chance?
Yes, I was talking to Iris about it.
I also watched the quiz show last night. Several people I know were on it.
Why are you here?
I drove here to pick up Amame and Iris. I need them to help out at work tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Genny. Something came up.
Oh, I see.
I'm free though. I can still help.
That'd be great.
You two are close with Gen, huh?
Yeah, we're just a big ol' happy threesome.
That was a weird way to phrase it.
Amame visited Brahman a lot, even back when it was in Yotsuya.
Once it moved to Golden Yokocho, I took Iris there.
You've been to Brahman too, Mr. Ryuki?
Of course. I've been there several times. Mr.
Oops, sorry.
Mr. Date? So you must know Mr. Date too, Genny.
I've known him for a long time. We're so close, we've seen each other's buttholes.
That is a weird thing to say.
Wow, what a small world.
Is she really going to ignore the butt part?
There's a monitor there. What are you? Why are you dressed up like a terrifying dog man? I'd like to try Mr. Gen's
You're
cooking.
more than welcome to visit anytime.
Genny's cooking is amazing.
Everything he makes is so good. My tongue could fall right off. Personally, I think his place and Matsushita Diner are competing for the #1 spot.
Come on now, don't compare my restaurant with a place like that. The cooking there was superb when Takiro was still the man behind the chef's knife, but now it's his son Ota running things. He doesn't know the first thing about cooking. His dishes are missing the most important condiment.
Are you able? What? Oh, hang on. No, it doesn't let me X-ray anymore. Fuck. Just when I would have actually wanted to use it. Are we able to get in easily?
Are you asking because I'm wearing this mask? It was fine. The security for this school is practically non-existent.
That's disconcerting.
There are tons of places on the grounds without any fences or security
And
cameras.
I just think that's a weird thing for you to say.
So you didn't walk in through the front gate?
I couldn't have, dressed like this. A guard would have stopped me.
Couldn't you just take off the mask? There's a reason he always wears the mask. He would scare people if he took it off. I haven't seen him without his mask myself, but that's what he said. Supposedly it's something he was born with. He was called a monster when he was a kid. Oh, well now I feel mean. Yeah, I mean, it's still a terrifying look though.
I think we got enough info here for now. Ryuki, wanna get going?
Sounds good.
Right, Abyss HQ. I plan to stream until we do the next brain dive sync, I guess it's called. But I'm not sure what's happening, or at least to the end of the chapter. That makes sense.
You're going back to Abyss?
Why are we in this car?
Yeah, I want to reorganize the information I have so far.
Then why don't you just do it in this limousine?
Oh, right. I guess I could.
There we go, I was going to say, is she going to appear in the limousine? Yes, she is. Lady. More like a vicious beast.
Shut up! Stop shouting!
But you surprised me. I thought that the ghost of an S&M pervert with a police uniform fetish who died in a tanning booth had come to haunt me.
Haven't I showed you this body many times over the past 6 months?
I'm still not used to it. Your body is semi-transparent, and I can only see you in the left side of my vision.
I mean, that would explain why it's semi-transparent. You'd be able to see both her and Fura at the same time.
So, why did you come out?
I thought it would be easier to talk to you this way.
What do you think of this car?
Honestly, it reeks of bad taste. Makes me want to puke just looking at it.
Keep talking like that, and I'll throw you out the window.
Then you'd be a goner too? I'm the one driving this car, you know.
Okay, so they've gone, oh, car's boring when it's actually do, like, something else?
Why don't you take the leap and buy a different car?
I can't. This car is all I have of my parents.
Your parents passed away, didn't they?
Yeah, in an airplane crash when I was young. From then on, I was living with my younger brother. But 6 years ago, he also.
Let's look at things in the car. Hang on. Nope, no I can't. About the reason Jin's half has suddenly appeared.
Isn't that what you're investigating for?
Yeah, but... remember what Mr. Date and Iris said?
For some reason, just the right half. Like it traveled through time and space.
Maybe that body teleported here from some other world. The other half could have been absorbed into some other dimension. And that's split the body in two.
Don't tell me you believe that.
No, just... for some reason, it's stuck in my head.
I'm sitting on the seat, or so it seems. Organized information.
There isn't much useful information to sort out in the first place. If I had to say one thing, it would be the ViewCube video and that QR code link. By the way, I'm going to cut down on the word salad and call it QR video from now on. The teeny bit of information we got from that QR video is pretty much all we have.
You don't know? I think it was about half a year ago. A video similar to that one went viral. Everyone was talking about it online.
The mysterious video known as BATS 490, correct? There's a code hidden inside BATS 490.
They say the code reveals a specific location.
Everyone who visits that place is said to have gone missing. They all left behind the same message. I've learned the secret of the world.
I mean, according to a bunch of kids you just talked to, yeah.
Hey, Tama. Is BATS 490 still up anywhere on the internet?
I looked it up. Here it is.
I have no idea what it's supposed to mean.
It did have bats in.
They say there's a hidden message inside, but I can't even tell where we're supposed to look.
Where did Bats 490 come from?
Same as the QR video. It was originally uploaded to ViewCube, then it spread from there. The account holder is unknown.
In any case, BATS 490 is the only lead we have right now. If we can figure it out, maybe it'll lead to the QR video.
Sorry, just moving the microphone slightly.
Ryuki, you have a call. It's from Mizuki.
Mizuki?
I'm connecting her.
Oh, Ryuki? I got your number from boss.
What is it?
I remembered something about Bats 490. I thought maybe it could lead to a clue.
What did you remember?
Someone in my class at school actually figured it out. He decoded the hidden message in Bats 490.
He did?
His name is Shoma Enda.
Shoma.
He might know something, so I would go find him. Anyway, see ya!
Well, that's an interesting coincidence.
Isn't that?
Andy's Komeji's.
Uncle? Uncle's roommate? Uncle roommate's cousin? In the residence.
Shoma, you know what happened last night, right? The QR code displayed on that sign. There was a link in it leading to a video. We're calling it the QR video. I wanted to talk to you about it. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
TV.
What is that on top?
Looks like earthenware. Maybe it's some sort of device?
What's earthenware? Oh, hang on, it's been a while since I've gone into the menu as well. Yeah, I'm worried about life.
Worried about work?
I'm a student.
Not so. Worried about school?
I'm a baby.
Huh? You don't really have worries, do you?
Worries?
Are you malfunctioning? You have no worries. Why did you come here?
I had nothing better to do.
Did you solve the HB case already? You should prioritize that first.
Am I an AI? Because I've got an AI counselling service.
Get back to the investigation.
You called me here.
Oh, it's that thing, Tama. What is it again?
How am I supposed to know? The only thing I know is yours.
Okay. We have again. We don't know anything about him. Owner of Brahman World Cuisine, Harbour Warehouse District. He people who are unafraid of him, dislikes Ota. He likes reading and meditating, cooking, all the cooking. I am in the way, but you know what he looks like. He can crush rocks as well. Runs a restaurant called the Brahmin in Golden Yokocho. Since his face scares people, he usually wears a cute mask so strong he could destroy a tank with his bare hands. 18, Sekaba High Senior Maid Cafe. Maid likes quizzes, occult, dance, music, voices, right, side. Dislikes customers who sit there for 3 hours with just a coffee. Silence, left side. Raising triple wart sea devils. I don't know what that is. Likes to exploit vanity and receiving lavish gifts. A mermaid, sunfish pocket, wanting to work the late shift. She lied and said that she was 20 years old. In the school dance club of Iris and Kazuna. A regular Brahmin and close with Gen. So we don't know much about the present yet. There seems to be less people. To a widow. I'm on an SNS service. It allows you to communicate with a large amount of people using words, images, and videos. That's $4.90. Video upon viewing is said to lead to the people understanding the secrets of the world. There's two halves there. Over here. Labour Standards declares you cannot employ anyone younger than 18 from 10 PM to 5 AM. Music Food is a substitution music service. Mainly focuses on Japanese music, so not widely known service worldwide. We do have 10 million subscribers, so I'm sure they make a good profit. Right now, I'm using the car camera to steer the gas. Yeah, okay, it's a self-driving car. It is Elon Musk then. I wish I didn't know who he was. Haunted. I would like to go to mountains. Agigahara Forest. We really shouldn't. Window. Greenery and the garden can be seen out the window. Buzzer. It's the answer button for a quiz. Katatsu. Very warm. Okay, this will we'll be dreaming of this place later, I'm sure. Lucky laugh.
You laugh more often than you breathe.
A picture of Ame no Uzume, a goddess from Japanese mythology.
Yes, I've heard of you.
Supposedly, she's the goddess of entertainment and laughter.
The parts are out of order.
Is this a poem written by Kameji? It says, "It's okay to fall off the horse. You're a saddle after all." Wait, this was supposed to be touching? It's a CRT TV. But do you think you can pick up digital broadcasts?
It could, with a dedicated tuner.
Toy Rabbit. Ravi?
It's old. Looks like a memento for the Quiz King.
A toolbox. Old-fashioned chest of drawers. A puppet for a quiz. A closet. A fridge. Terrifying bird.
It's Ada Rooster.
Ada Rooster?
It's a character.
A rooster doll. Kitchen. What are you making?
What are you making? Don't tell me it's a bomb.
Mizuki.
I heard you went to the same elementary school as Mizuki? She's actually the one who told me about you.
About your father?
Just to confirm, your father is Andes Komeiji, and his real name is Yoneharu Enda. Is that right?
About the 490 code.
You know about the video called Bats 490, right? I have a feeling it's related to the QR video somehow. You solved the code in Bats 490, didn't you? And it showed you a certain location.
Oh, we'll have to put him in the machine.
Right?
He's completely ignoring you.
Maybe because he's wearing headphones.
No, that's not it. There's no sound coming from them. Chastity belt on his heart must be locked tightly.
Yeah, I don't like that phrase.
What kind of metaphor is that?
You won't be able to see his uvula unless you open that lock.
So what you mean is, he probably won't speak unless you can find the key to his heart, I'm guessing.
There might be a key somewhere in this room. Let's find it.
A key to open the lock on his heart.
It's no use talking to him, I think. You'll have to find the key to his chastity belt first.
Yeah.
Ding! Yes, Shoma. What is your answer? That robot is so cool! Do you want to watch TV together?
Oh, I didn't see
Why
this.
don't you hit your own head with the hammer toy?
Wow, what a jolly guy he is! I'm gonna tell him everything I know now!
I don't think that's going to happen.
Why don't you smack Shoma on the head with the folding fan?
I don't think he'd ever speak to me.
Folding fan for slapstick. Squeaky toy hammer.
Shoma, wanna play Lucky Laugh together? What is that?
It looks like a robot. I tried searching, but it looks like it's not commercially available.
Combo.
A homemade robot, huh? Hey, Shoma, would you mind showing me the robot in your closet?
Huh? How do you know about that?
Oh, well,
Tell him you heard it from Komeiji.
right. I heard about it from Mr. Komeiji.
From my dad?
That's right.
Okay then. Just for a bit, okay?
What about the hat? Aren't you in Portal?
You made that?
Yeah. I call it Robata.
All by yourself?
Uh-huh. There's a junk shop in Akiba. I got all the parts there. This robot only has one tire. It uses a gyro to keep its balance. Fine-tuning it is really hard.
Robot. Robot. Compliment like crazy.
Wowee! This is crazy! It's absolutely bonkers! How can you make such a complex robot like this? Are you an alien? Or from the future, maybe? Or some sort of god?
Okay, maybe too crazy.
It's form. Refined yet playful. Such an unconventional design. It's obvious your sense of style is immaculate. Oh, wonderful! So wonderful! I will never forget this day. I thank the creator that I was able to meet a genius that will go down in history!
Oh, that's nice. It seems to like that seemed like it was
Looks
too
like
much.
the lock has opened.
Looks like it.
What are those headphones for?
Put them on so I can concentrate better.
But you're not listening to music, are you?
I only turn on the noise canceling.
I'll tell you what, I like noise cancelling as well. Also, she should have noticed that. What are you making?
One of the parts for Robata, the robot running around. I want to upgrade it. I'm trying to make it so it can carry my weight.
Goofy. Yes, sir. I missed these before, didn't I? No. Window and garden can be seen up. Toy hammer. Biggie toy hammer here. Holding fan. Okay, there we go. It's for slapstick, apparently. Why is everything green again? About Mizuki.
She's just a classmate. We're not friends or anything. I don't talk to her much.
Do you wish you could talk to her more?
No. Of course not.
Even though she's cute?
That Ugo? She's not cute at all.
His temperature is rising. That was clearly a lie.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's Shoma. About your father.
Andy's Komeiji is my dad. Sorry.
Yeah, hang on. Why is your dad's... You don't have a square head.
I don't really want to talk about him.
Why not?
Well, because... Why does it matter?
Now, I think it's about time we get back to why I'm here.
I solved it.
What this?
The BATS 490 code. I solved it.
How?
I have to go soon, so I'll tell you the short version.
That's fine. Please just tell me. The video's hidden message pointed to a certain location, right?
Yeah.
And where is that?
Horodori Lab. The Horodori Institute of Genetics.
we're going there now.
I heard about it last night in the news.
The spacesuits are from Zero Escape 3.
Truly unprecedented. What a mysterious case. I am Chikara Horodori, the director of this research institute.
Are you an Incredible Hulk villain?
He hasn't retired yet. His 60th birthday was last year.
But you're wearing typical protective garb. I mean, I guess they had the things. I'm kind of happy this guy has the money to make games, because Zero Escape 3 had barely any money. There's a window facing the corridor.
Excuse me, what is that statue?
Ah, that's the symbol of our research philosophy here. It would take a while to explain, so perhaps another time.
Ryuki, would you drink that fluid inside the test tube?
No.
Absolutely not.
Why not? You might develop superpowers.
But what if I turned into a giant, green, muscular freak?
Okay, apparently me thinking of the Hulk was the intended thing.
That would be awesome.
Are you what's his name? Not Abomination. Who's the brain guy? The mysterious statue inside the research institute for some reason. Desk. It's a desk. It's a PC monitor. It's a robotic arm. It's the door. It's a chair. There's a monitor embedded in the pillar.
Looks like a grotesque monster might be trapped inside.
I actually like grotesque things.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's filled with dubious liquid. Find organizing documents. Oh, there was something. Test tube full of some sort of liquid. I'd rather die than drink it. Okay, let's talk to him. About the institute.
We mainly conduct research on gene therapy through genome editing.
Is it not Brainiac? That's Superman.
Are you familiar with genome editing?
Is it like the Master or something like that?
Site-specific nucleases. An artificial restriction enzyme known as CRISPR-Cas9 is commonplace these days. Genome editing is a technique that uses this enzyme to splice, replace, and bind any base sequence of DNA.
Did I mention this guy is fond of Wikipedia? Didn't understand that at all.
In other words, it's technology that rewrites DNA.
Indeed. Last year, we developed a revolutionary genome editing method we call Purge.
Oh, so yeah, the Hulk thing is genuinely intended, because that is a Hulk thing.
With this, genetic diseases that were previously too difficult to treat. For example, severe congenital heart diseases are now curable.
It's funny, this seems like a theme with hearts.
But that's not all. In theory, using Purge, even immortality is achievable.
Immortality?
Oh, but I don't mean your body will be invincible. Death can still occur via trauma, ingesting poison, viral infections, this sort of thing. However, it can make death due to old age a thing of the past.
Can Purge really do that?
Indeed. The body's deterioration due to aging can be prevented by rewriting all of its DNA, maintaining a permanent state of youth.
No, I don't think that's how that works. You could potentially stop the, like, cancers. I'm sure some of it, but like some of it's just like gravity. It's just like constant force on the body, and I don't think you can just fix that with just and we're constantly bombarded with energy from the sun and stuff, like, and I don't think it's all down to DNA. You'd have to check out. I'm not 100% sure of that. I'm pretty sure just wear and tear happens as well.
However, this has not yet been proven. It's still in its experimental stage.
I mean, I guess so if you just kept up the energy.
But it won't be long until our hypothesis is substantiated. The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
About June?
I know of him, but I haven't met him in person.
He's just so symmetrical. I don't think I've met anyone else in this game that's symmetrical. If I do, I'm gonna assume that they might die.
I've only read some articles about him online.
I'm actually genuinely gonna look now. File. We have, let's... Oh, we can't really tell, but no, not symmetrical because of hair. Not symmetrical because of hair. I think. Hard to tell. Not symmetrical because of hair. It's again hard to tell, but the hat is not symmetrical. You are the hat. The hat potentially isn't symmetrical. And the clothing. Hair. Hair. Tattoo. Hair. 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 You are extremely symmetrical. Hair, but other than that, almost. Eyes. Also, he's got an eye patch. Hair. Hair, but again, subtle. And the word on the thing. Oh. You're pretty symmetrical. He's got that scar, though. Hair and the ball. You look pretty symmetrical. Apart from the coat. Coat. Just. Who was I looking at? Sherma. 12, sixth grader, Ferris wheels, robots, certain girl from his school. Old-fashioned dirty jobs, dislikes comedians, making robots is his hobby, likes mechanics, decryption, Komeji's son, he despises his poor comedian dad, he likes being alone and doesn't have too many friends. He heads home right away after school to make robots in his room, same grade as Mizuki. Yeah, kind of hard to tell at this angle, but could be symmetrical. Obviously he doesn't die between now and then. But we've not met too many people from the future yet. From the present even. No, even this hat is not symmetrical. What Shenmue is referring to as a gyro sensor. A gyro sensor utilizes the properties of rotating object to avoid falling over.
He's the CEO of a music distribution company. I'm the director of a genetics research institute.
So I work. It's I don't think I've ever actually been in this situation before. I work in a music distribution company. So as soon as I said, "Oh, it's just a small company, you probably never heard of them," I'm like, "Oh, I might have." You're talking to like one of the few people, like, because I get it's a narrow field, right? And so. I mean, I guess lots of people would work at iTunes. I don't work for iTunes. I work for a small music distribution company. But like, we send music to iTunes because you can't generally send it directly to iTunes, I guess, unless you're from a big company. But if you're a small person, you send it to us and we can send it to iTunes.
We have nothing in common.
This is an IT company up there, though. That's... what were you doing on that day?
June's estimated time of death.
I was sleeping in my bed at home. They say seniors are early to rise, but that's not true at all in my case. Perhaps that means I'm still young.
Is there anyone who could back your story?
Don't tell me I'm a suspect.
I'm just doing my job. I've always wanted to say that.
Good for you. Your dream came true.
I live alone now. Unfortunately, there's no one with me at home.
Chikara got divorced 6 years ago. As for children, he has one daughter. She's 32 years old. His daughter and ex-wife are currently living in Italy.
In other words,
There's no one who can corroborate Chikara's alibi.
That's right.
Oh, the QR video.
It was mentioned on the news. But the video itself wasn't broadcasted, so I haven't seen it.
Then you don't know about Bats 490.
What is that?
It's a video that's very similar to the QR video.
I've never heard of it.
I actually came here to ask you about it specifically. There's a hidden code in the video, and I've heard it points to this research institute.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Perhaps someone just made it up.
Ryuki, don't you think something is off about Chikara?
Yeah, he's got a really tall head.
You think so?
You really are dense. You're dense enough to be the target audience for mobile game ads.
That's a deep cut.
Huh.
His temperature is abnormally high, isn't it?
That's an interesting effect on the tube there.
Maybe he has the flu.
Don't make me pluck out your eyebrows from the inside.
Do you think he's upset about something?
Probably. Ryuki, let's find out if he's hiding something.
Wink sync. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Wink sync is a simplified version of syncing. You can analyze the brainwaves of the sync subject and temporarily look into their brain. That seems like a huge, what's the word? Right to privacy. It seems like you'd be breaking laws morally, certainly. Select Chikara with a cursor and choose Wink Sync icon to view a simplified version of a stream. But first I've got to deal with my Tamagotchi. What ocean current do you like? I like our golf stream. The sloppy name. It's the current near Mexico. Okay, well, we're going to be crazy as an adult. Wow. No, we'll do this later, sorry. We'll do it later. I don't want to put this off. Sync.
This guy.
Wink Sync is a simplified version of syncing, but you're still taking a look inside their dreams.
The dreams are made from memories. So there shouldn't be anything in there that he doesn't know about.
Oh yeah, so he knows about bats, or the other one.
You're saying...
Chikara knows about Bats 490. He was lying to us earlier. Mr. Chikara, can you accompany me to the station?
What? Why?
I'd like to speak to you in more detail. You do have the right to decline, of course.
Very well. I'll go with you.
Are we still on the same chapter? Oops. Save our game as well, it's been a while. Chapter 1. Okay, I think we've been on this chapter all this time. Yeah, that makes sense. You there? Why are you here?
Why do you ask? I'm the engineer of Abyss. Of course I'm always here.
Yeah, but I've been wondering about something.
Oh no, his belt's not symmetrical.
In November of last year...
You were dishonorably discharged for reasons related to the new Cyclops serial killings, weren't you?
Yes.
You leaked internal police information, not to mention you aided a criminal in his escape.
I made some arrangements behind the scenes. Pewter is a crucial part of Abyss. I couldn't let them lock him up.
You can do that?
Normally, no. But in this case...
Boss has dirt on members of the executive, judicial, and legislative branches of the government.
I am truly grateful to you, boss.
No need to thank me. You just need to be a good little workhorse. Oh, and it'd be great if you could introduce me to some good-looking studs while you're at it.
I know about... a dozen.
I'm counting on you.
Abyss is kind of scary.
You get used to it.
Chikara.
I got Tama's report. The QR video seems to be the key to solving this case. And she believes Chikara is linked to the Bats 490 video, which has a striking similarity.
He's extremely suspicious. He must be the culprit.
I think it's a bit early for that conclusion.
But he said he didn't know about the video, right? If he's willing to lie about one thing, he's willing to lie about everything.
I still think that's a bit unreasonable.
There's complicated calculus strings and figures on the monitor. Sorry, I clicked the same thing again. It's still shelf, there's Tengu nose in it. No, John, stop clicking on the monitors.
Excuse me, could you go buy some soy sauce for me?
I thought I just heard something.
Ah, you mean the cleaning lady.
Oh, it's just the cleaning lady. Wait, what?
About the malfunction of Abyss's communication system.
That's outside of my jurisdiction. So, I don't know too much about it, but I'm sure the person in charge is desperately trying to fix it as we speak. It should be fixed soon.
Where's Mr. Date?
Who knows? He went off somewhere right after you left.
He's probably playing the nipple guessing game at some cabaret club in Nakamaguro right about now. He's on vacation, so I'm sure he's taking a load off while he can.
What's the nipple? You know what? I don't know.
He's taking a load off, alright.
Any progress on the investigation?
There hasn't been any progress yet. The people over at HQ are totally incompetent. They must have had stuff with fermented beans or something.
Boss, her real name is Shizue Kuranushi. Chikara.
I gave Chikara the usual medicine to put him to sleep.
Are you sure that's okay?
What do you mean?
I mean, maybe there are legality issues.
Oh, don't worry about that. The higher-ups will take care of it for me.
Hey, Cab.
In any
am I
case,
right?
shall we get started? Ryuki, you know what to do. Sync with him.
Ryuki, this isn't your first time syncing. You've delved into Somnia many times in the past 6 months. So, I'm sure you know without me telling you, but...
I can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes. It's alright, I know.
Okay then, let's begin.
Oh, there's half a person there.
What is this place?
It's the lab.
It looks like something made by an older generation of CG technology.
Back when it was still hyped up as groundbreaking, huh?
Oh, it's a Tron.
Hey,
Reference.
did you see someone just now?
Looks suspicious.
Why don't we ask that person there about it?
Who?
You must have a lot of questions, like, what happened to your other half?
Not really.
Must be hard to walk. Bench pressing must be tough too.
You really want me to ask about that stuff?
Yeah, do it.
But hey, isn't benching kinda hard?
Hey, why are you talking to a statue?
Damn it, Ryuki. Stop wasting my time. We can only be in Somnium for 6 minutes.
Oh.
Damn it, damn it, damn it. This is getting out of hand.
That's Chikara. Tama, follow him.
On this side, my genius left brain harnessing my processing power. On this side, my brilliant right brain within which my creativity is boundless. The very layout of this facility itself, mimicking my brain, will serve as inspiration for my masterpiece.
What's going on here?
I need to be careful. I can't get too close.
Now, this. Bionic Body's accidental biology. The Bionic Body Creation Program.
Bio what?
BBAB.
The logical center of the left brain, and the creative center of the right. By combining them, I can create a superhuman. Whew, would want that getting out. I hope I never see you again. Goodbye.
No, he ran off.
Chikara in this dream world is just as bonkers as he is in real life.
Looks like he doesn't want anyone in this room.
Yeah, you can tell by the conscious antibody in front of the door.
That's an antibody.
Conscious antibody?
They're an embodiment of a sync subject's caution. When you try to access information that the sync E is trying to hide, it overstimulates the synapse. That makes the body emit a ton of norepinephrine, which creates a conscious antibody within the Somnium.
Well, what does this conscious antibody do?
You see how it says instant death on his crotch there?
Yes.
If I touch him, a massive delay spike will occur in the sync information transfer system.
Which means...
Touch him and our available time in Somnium drops like crazy.
Got it. But how do we get into the room without getting past our do not touch power stance man friend here?
Well, we just need to get rid of the conscious antibody somehow.
What if we use that device that Chikara was using to move instant death power stance man?
I'm sorry, instant death power stance man?
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty appropriate name for him.
Anyway, let's check the device first. Looks like the power is out.
Let's start by activating the device.
Yeah, let's go.
Somnium scan, activate!
Uncover the secret Chikara's hiding.
The lock on that door is open. Past that is a stone statue with no power.
Power? On a stone statue?
This is Chikara's Somnium. You don't have to think about the logic. Anyway, that door. Let's head past it to the stone statue.
Use the blank, join the blank, and create a blank.
A warrior of the Maasai tribe, a nomadic tribe who predominantly live in Kenya and Tanzania. They have great physical ability and are skilled with spears. They are capable of fighting wild beasts like lions. Among Maasai warriors, those who jump the highest receive the greatest praise.
They're famous for their jumping skills.
If they can beat a lion with spears or their bare hands, they must be really strong.
Inspect and say, oh, that's interesting. We just get the... I guess we did that.
This door is open.
Is this even a door? It's so thin.
That's just how it is in this world. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Oh, it moves sideways.
We're here.
That's the stone statue without power. Let's get closer and check it.
Use the machine at the center, join the two human stone statues, and create a transcendental superhuman.
Off and on. Is this the switch for the statue?
How do we turn this on?
Why don't you feel around that area?
What area?
Whatever feels right, Tama.
The robot arm control PC has been activated.
Okay. Right front temporal lobe statue.
It's on. You're amazing, Tama.
It says, not available, stone statue activated. Wait, so is it on or off?
Maybe you need to flip the switches for all the statues.
Right. According to the Somnium scan, there are multiple statues. But let's head back to the device first.
How did you know there was a switch there? How did you know?
Let's go back to the device.
Oh, wait. Can't we go to the other small room from this room?
How would you do that? It's too high. I can't jump that.
Blank humans your powers. You can blank to blank if you wanted to.
We can go through here. Let's go.
BBAB activating. In this experiment, you can combine two different brains with different functions to create a new human life form. Beginning experiment. Please select left brain function.
We just need to choose the left and right brain and combine them like Chikara did.
What can we choose from?
Left, Maasai warrior, fisherman, and A. Right side was astronaut and archaeologist.
Well, we have to go with archaeologist.
We can combine different brain functions of the left and right brains and create a new human with characteristics from both.
It seemed like Chikara used that to gain some kind of power earlier. So creating a new human means gaining some kind of superhuman ability.
And you select that power on this?
Oh, I remember seeing another room next to the small room we were in earlier.
Okay, we need the jumping ability.
Yeah, it was too high, so I couldn't reach.
Maybe we have to give you a power that'll help you get up there.
Worth a shot.
Beginning experiment. Please select left brain function.
The room was high and far. By combining two brain functions that'll allow us to move that distance.
What do you choose, Ryuki?
Masai Warrior.
Please select right brain function.
Oh damn it, I would want to be archaeologist, but I'm gonna go with astronaut.
Left, Masai Warrior. Right, astronaut selected. Starting experiment.
What's going on?
Experiment successful.
Just like I expected.
Combined, a Maasai warrior's leg strength and the atmosphere-piercing power of an astronaut to gain superhuman leg strength.
Her design is absurd.
Tama, you okay?
I have goosebumps.
It said you gained superhuman leg strength.
Maybe we can get to that other room using that power.
That might be it. Let's give it a shot.
Ryuki, you have 5 minutes left.
This door isn't locked.
Okay.
The loading times in this game.
All right, let's go.
Okay, ready.
Wow!
The experiment worked! Happy Chikara. Chikara Horatori has done it again! Oh, genetic ecstasy!
What are we even watching right now?
Oh.
By stimulating the DNA correlating to hind leg strength through imagination, it caused a slight transformation in the base sequence. This small change has allowed for surpassing the limit of telomeres. We can do anything in this simulation world. There are no limits. What a wonderful world.
I guess things worked out.
So every time we do something right, we have to watch this creepy old dude ascend into the sky?
You want to join?
Hell no.
All the water in the pond. Water. All water, okay. Okay, yeah, I see. It's been a while since we looked at the file, but we are in the middle of a puzzle, so... Chikara seems kind of important, though. 60, Director of Horodori Institute. He likes that acid and the simulation theory. Dislikes death. Research, experimentation, collecting hats. Electric drills. Brilliant scientist who established the Horodori Institute of Genetics at a young age. Institute mainly researches DNA treatment and gene therapy. Divorced his wife 6 years ago. And there's also pewter. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I will do this later.
A stone statue without power.
Activate it.
I mean, it probably could be anywhere on the statue.
This stone statue is a racer.
If they mean an autosport driver, those guys are incredibly skilled. They have to make split-second decisions.
That skill might be beneficial in other areas than driving too.
Not to mention, there is a car right there.
I see. Using the driving skill.
But look, that says trap. Driving skill alone might not be enough.
Maybe we can combine it with a brain function that's good at avoiding traps.
I don't remember seeing anything like that.
Anyway, let's head back to the central room.
Super reaction by the person trapped by blank, sixth, no seventh sense. They who traverse blank experience it.
This door is open.
I wonder if we can go to the central room.
Let's go find out.
We're here.
Looks like we can open it from this side now.
Where's the computer?
Beginning experiment. Please.
The car from earlier. And what to do about the trap?
What do you think fits best?
So Racer.
Please select right brain function.
Archaeologist, because pyramids have traps.
Left. Racer. Right. Archaeologist selected. Starting experiment. Experiment successful. Combined, a racer's driving skill and an archaeologist's knack for dodging traps.
Apparently that's a thing they have a knack for.
To gain movie protagonist superhuman driving skills.
Guess it's time for love, Dr. Jones.
That should help us dodge any traps.
That's so antiquated. Nowadays, sports cars go up against nuclear submarines.
Oh well, this is Chikara's preference. Now let's go back to the room with the car.
Think we can get there from the passage we came from?
Yeah, that should lead you there directly.
I mean, otherwise our skill's useless.
4 minutes now.
Wasn't that one? Okay. How do we get there?
We can go through here. Let's go.
All right, get in.
I'll avoid any traps with elegance and grace.
What?
Gangan Romper. Oh no, that's wrong series.
That's the trap? I could have done this on my own.
Tama! Behind you!
Huh?
How to get ahead in life.
Hold it! Wait! No! I can't do this!
Well, there is a pyramid.
Tama! The road!
What about the road?
There is no road!
Ah! What are we gonna do?
Step on it!
On what?
The gas! The gas!
The gas! Okay!
That was 10 seconds.
The experiment worked! Oh, happy chikara. Chikara Horatori has done it again! Oh, the genetic ecstasy! The corpus callosum is here represented by a treacherous ancient rune. A theory that links this complex and bizarre passage is now complete. But this should be theoretically impossible. No, There is no impossible in this world.
Yeah, especially in this world.
Oh, this is not good. Not good indeed.
Chikara! Ew!
Why don't you think of it as some kind of reward cutscene?
The fact that I have to force myself to think that already makes it not a reward.
Let's turn it on.
Got it.
Gambler's stone statue.
This stone statue is a gambler.
I guess that means they have guts.
So this gambler is known for winning bets when the chips are down.
That must mean they can win the big ones without flinching.
Now, let's head back to the central room.
Don't look for it blank, you can get a blank. Blank can be blank by any person.
We can go through here. Let's go.
You have 3 minutes left, Ryuki. Focus.
What are we actually trying to do then? That's the first room. That's the second room. That's the second room. 2 more rooms. I don't know what we're doing.
Go.
It's me, Chikara.
What the hell?
This is no good. No good. No good at all. Yes, yes, yes. Now, let's test this. Chikara's right brain reselection.
What's happening?
The room flew away.
Oh, the yin yang.
The experiment worked! Chikara Horodori has done it! This right brain reselection is a function that blows away my past. The past I don't want anyone to see. My right brain can be shuffled back into the deck. Goodbye, forbidden memory.
What are we gonna do?
When we drove through the passageway, Chikara said, theoretically impossible and not good. So maybe we did something he wasn't expecting. If we use the device to combine 2 different brain functions, we might be able to find a way.
If we can prevent Chikara from using his right brain reselection thing, we might be able to make it to the room.
He said something about a memory he doesn't want to be seen.
Okay.
Yeah, but how will we stop Chikara?
There was something hidden in the room we were in earlier. If only we could pull it back somehow.
We need a big idea here.
Beginning experiment. Please select left brain function.
Fisherman, you hook it. Super strong fisherman.
Please select right brain function.
Gambler, because it's the only one left.
Left, fisherman. Right, gambler. Select starting experiment.
Oh, TV's turning itself off.
Oh, right.
Experiment successful. Combined, a tuna fisherman's pulling skill and a gambler's ability to make the right choice to obtain superhuman luck.
Luck. Is this gonna do anything?
Well, try it. Let's fish back the room that flew away. How's it going?
I think I got something!
That must be it! Reel it in!
The experiment worked! Chikara Horatori has good! The memory I want to leave behind has already been shuffled. This memory's no good either. I thought I deleted it. No. If you succeed with the Eternal Youth experiment, my memory will be discovered. Goodbye! Goodbye! Goodbye!
Chikara's memory was replaced with something else.
But it got replaced with another memory he didn't want seen. It might be worth looking into.
Chikara said that if the Eternal Youth experiment is successful, his memory will be discovered.
So if we complete the research on that device...
We might be able to defeat Instant Death Power Stance Man over there and get into the room he's guarding.
That stone statue is a little different.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
That stone statue has...
Chikara's face hastily slapped on.
Chikara said that using Purge, he can create an ageless and undying body.
But if we use the stone statue...
Turn it on.
Oh no.
What's the problem?
Seeing this face... Are you sure about turning it on?
You've invested too much already. There's no other way.
Fine, okay.
Okay, interlock free.
Oh, you didn't want to touch the crotch because of Chikara's face, huh?
The theory is almost complete. I am the creator of a man who blank is blank. It's like 2 rooms we've not been into. That's the race car room, I guess. Well, this room here. Oh yeah, walking around.
Nice to create eternal youth in life.
And something that will let us get rid of Instant Death Power Stance Man over there.
Beginning experiment. Please select left brain function.
NA.
Please select right brain function.
Chikara?
Left, NA. Right, Chikara selected. Starting experiment. Error.
Fuck.
It's an error.
I guess NA isn't a job.
I wonder what it's for.
You only have 2 minutes. Hurry, Ryuki.
I don't, lock info. Creative man who is, Open the door to expose what he's hiding. Yeah, that's what we want to do, but we can't.
These people look for bugs during software development. They are also called QA, or testers. They have the skill to find critical bugs as well as minor mistakes. Some people call them organic machines for how good their review skills are.
Aren't they the people who walk into walls over and over to break the game and all that?
Okay, QA seems good.
You need a hell of a lot of perseverance. I'm an AI, and even I respect them.
That's nice to put in your game, by the way, because obviously...
If there was something off, they might be able to find it.
Everything about this place is off.
Okay, I think that's a good thing. We'll see what the...
The person who's most obsessed with eternal youth and life is...
Another function that'll allow us to deal with instant death.
Beginning experiment.
Oh. I don't know.
The person who's most obsessed with eternal youth and life...
Another function that'll allow us to deal with
Beginning experiment. Please. Please select right brain.
Debugger?
Left. NA. Right. Debugger select. Starting experiment. Error.
It's an error.
I guess NA isn't a job.
I wonder what it's for.
A warrior of the Maasai tribe.
No,
The
no,
nomadic
I already
tribe
know
have
that.
great physical ability and are
No, I already know
skilled.
that. The sky. Fate of man who transcends death.
Those who catch fish in bodies of water such as oceans or rivers. They are knowledgeable about the ecology of fish and have many skills that aid them in catching their target. They go out to the ocean pretty much every day, have incredible navigating skills, and a sturdy body.
Sea peoples.
You mean the guys from 1200 AD? Supposedly they were wiped out by a rival Mediterranean kingdom. Not much is known about them.
Huh?
Okay, unfortunately, that's just getting us stuff from earlier. My theory is almost complete. The creator of the man who transcends death is... I know it's him, but I don't know what to combine him with. So I'm worried I'm running out of time.
The person who's most obsessed with eternal...
Another function that'll allow us to deal with instant death.
Beginning experiment.
Okay. What are we trying to do? I'll go for fisherman again.
Please select right brain. Left. Fisherman. Right. Starting experiment.
Yeah, I was doing so well, and I just have no idea what to do at this point.
Experiment successful. Combined, a fisherman's manliness and Chikara's genetic engineering knowledge to create the ability to catch undiscovered fish.
Fish? That's useless right now.
We don't really need the manliness either.
How should I call on an UFO? Dance.
You have a minute left.
The person who's most obsessed...
Another function that'll allow us to deal with instant death power stance man.
Beginning experiment.
I'll go for the warrior again.
Please select right.
I don't know. Unless we're missing.
Left, right. Starting.
I was gonna compliment the game. Oh, there's a sort of logic to everything now, and like I just have no idea what it wants.
Combined, a Maasai warrior's battle skill and Chikara's genetic engineering knowledge to create an undying and unaging warrior.
Funny that the machine is on a first-name basis with Chikara.
Now we can finally beat up instant death power stance man.
Okay, that's
right. Let's
apparently
go.
Okay.
Go, Tama.
Let's go! Now! We did it!
The experiment worked. Why should humans die? What a waste it is to perish. The research results are
Oh, this is new.
But now is not the time. Not now. Not now.
If Chikara gets in our way again, no amount of time is enough time. Let's go.
I fear I've wasted a bunch of time.
This stone statue is Chikara's memory that he doesn't want to be seen.
Turn it on.
A 9-stone statue.
9. 9 in Roman numerals.
What is the significance of 9?
Maybe he has 9 mistresses.
Or maybe he's being sued by 9 people.
This stone statue. Maybe we use it.
Should we go back to the central device?
Let's do it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to skip that.
We can go through here. Let's go.
So low on time.
You're out of time!
Did you decide what 2 brain functions you will combine?
Yeah. This should do it.
Beginning experiment. Please select left brain function.
I'll go for NA, it's not done anything else.
Please select right brain function.
X.
Left. NA.
Fuck, did I? No, it's gonna be less than a second. Oh, that's annoying.
Right. 9 selected. Starting experiment.
This again?
What? Why?
Experiment successful.
Yikes. Oh!
Nice at loss.
Oh.
And 9.
Nice.
From the first game, the secret organization.
Ryuki, this is...
I know. That's 490.
And the link between Nyes and Bat's 940. Oh, I got some eyeballs. Cool. Performance result, egotism. Cool. I'm not here to remind you the mess you made when I went away. Gonna save my game. Let you go when it lets me. Nice Japan branch.
Welcome. I am the president of the Japanese Knights at Law's branch, Tokiko Shigure.
I apologize for visiting so late at night. I'm from the Metropolitan Police Department.
Mr. Ryuki, is it? Mamoru, my secretary, has already informed me. I hear you've come to ask about Jin Furue's murder.
Okay, I am not allowed to press the menu button right now. President's office is on the top floor of the building, containing a Japanese branch of Nyax at Law's, commonly known as Nyax. When I synced with Chikara earlier, Tamo and I saw something in his Somnium. Someone who looked like they were in Nyax was making the Bats 940 video. And that's why we ended up here. We came to the President's office to talk to the top level of Nyax. Right. I am going to let you go, I think. We'll look at a couple of things here first, because I don't want to start the next episode going from notes. Egoism. So, pewter. Multiples of 16 chairs, Roten, Amore. He dislikes cats. Oh yeah, well, no, we read that one already because we saw him in the future. Appendix. Wink sync. Simpler version of syncing from the AI ball. Strong magnetic wave is shot out from the sync subject, temporarily numbs the subject's brain, puts her into a faux sleep state to induce a dream. By analysing the faint brain waves emitted during this time, we can see parts of the dream. It is not a clear image by any means. To investigate more, a thorough, regular sync needs to be performed. Wink sync can only be performed once a day because of the high power draw. Its recharge is required before performing it again. Personally, I think a power requirement is a bit much. Popular phone game is a puzzle game in which you try to navigate lava to a safe area. I've seen this. I've been annoyed by the advert as well. Most of the time, though, it takes you to a page to try and force you to download a different game. It's kind of advertising fraud. It's really funny that I've seen that advert, and I've read the comments, and it's like, yeah, this isn't even the game, because they make an easy puzzle, and you're like, it's supposed to make you go, well, I can do that. It's easy, because in the advert they fail. Wink sync is a simpler version of syncing from the AI ball. Strong magnet. Okay, I just read that. The nipple game is a game which a man asks a woman to guess where their nipple is while their shirt is on, even if it's a guy asking a girl to do it. Kind of problematic. Yeah, is that a real game? That seems weird. I mean, sure. Ooh, there wasn't much to do. Right, I think I'm gonna let you go. If we look at the flowchart, we didn't make a choice there, did we? Once you clear the Somnium, you can select it in unlimited sync with no time limit. Yeah, but why would I want to go back? Nefarious Institute. Oh, we have names for... That's going to be really useful for me. Strange tale, investigation, dispossessed. No one imagines. Nefarious Institute. Cool. Right. Where are we? I've been... John Struck, I've been having an AI, the Somnium Files adventure. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I better go to sleep. I'm going to see a doctor tomorrow.